Hey guys, and welcome to another weekly news roundup for Battlefield 2042. During the last weeks, this kind of video took a break because there was not so much to talk about, but now it returns and instead the live streams will pause for a bit, as I think these videos are more helpful, especially for new players, than watching me die for 2 hours straight. The streams will return at a later time, however. But now let's get into the news, weekly missions, modes, and store items. First up, there are a few details to the upcoming mid-season event. No official details yet, but leaks that were made by a data miner and by Steam. On this side, unintentionally of course. So in the launcher, players were already able to see the banner for the event, and this shows the name for it. It will be called Dark Protocol, and in its focus are these green-eyed naked soldiers with ripped up skin. These are called Geists and were built from dead body parts by AOS, an AI that was supposed to watch over the Boreas facility. But now it got out of control and can even be found outside of the laboratory, and wherever it is, it's creating these soldiers. So basically bringing failed experiments back to life. This is the foundation for the new event mode that is supposedly called Kill Switch and is played on Redacted, Manifest, Spearhead and Hourglass. It's a 12 versus 12 objective-focused mode where you have to collect AI nodes and then bring them to a forge where these Geists are created. And then the robotic soldiers will reinforce your team and help you to get control over the area. And the team with the most Geists on their side wins the match. At least that's what I understood from the leak that was made on Discord. The AI soldiers of both sides also seem to have different eye colors to tell them apart, so the ones on your team seem to have blue or green eyes and ones on the enemy team have red eyes. It also looks like they are armed with melee weapons, like the pickaxe we can see here on this picture, but they don't seem to be able to use firearms. However, if you follow this channel and the lore of Season 6 closely, you might have heard the word Geists already, because they were mentioned on one of the player cards we got as reward for completing the Easter egg that led up to Season 6, and here a soldier is talking about the fake sky of the test centers and how he shot a panel out of it. And at the end he says 10 Geists down and countless to go. So I assume these Geists were training dummies back when the facility was working as intended, and with them the soldiers improved their new skills in the 2 test centers of the laboratory, and the Geists were simply replicated over and over again for this purpose. And now AOS is doing the same, probably from their dead bodies, and they are being used as reinforcements for our mercenaries. As factions, we might see the return of the Archangel Legion, the private military arm of the Archangel Corporation that once was closely connected to Boreas, and on the other side maybe the Boreas Containment Services or the Unit 86. Alongside of the event, we will also see new cosmetic items in the store and to unlock, and this picture here most likely shows 2 of them in this black and golden style. However, there are no official details on the event yet and also no date for its start, but I'm sure we will learn more about it pretty soon. Another topic that I just quickly want to mention is the increase in player numbers that the game has, at least on Steam, cause here 2042 broke its all-time peak the 2nd time in a row. I know we had this free weekend lately and the game is also on a massive sale right now and only costs around $10, but during the last sales and free-to-play weekends it didn't even get close to these numbers and usually stopped at around 30,000 already. Now it peaked at 107,000 and even surpassed 101,000 of the free-to-play weekend. And when zooming the graph out, it almost looks like a heartbeat monitor and as if the game just came back to life. So it seems like the new season and its map attracts many new players, but also leads to a return of older ones that had given up on the game shortly after release and now start playing again. However, now it's up to DICE to keep that momentum going and deliver a fantastic mid-season event, much more content and an announcement of future seasons. Pulling the plug like they did in Battlefield 5 would be the worst option. Unfortunately, this increase in player numbers also has some negative effects, cause as a result, a lot of players receive errors when trying to host Portal experiences now. This also depends a bit on the region and time you try, but it mostly doesn't work, and everything you get is global game quota exceeded, persistent data not found, or any other kind of error. I'm pretty sure DICE has reduced the number of Portal servers as a result of the high demand for All-Out War, so I believe they just moved a number of the available Portal servers to All-Out War instead of paying for more new ones. Now the problem is that the ones who have used Portal for the weekly missions, community events or simply to test stuff can't use it anymore, which is pretty annoying. However, there is no official statement from DICE yet, but if you receive these errors, there's nothing wrong with your connection or with the Portal server you're trying to host, it's an issue from their side. But now let's have a look at everything that was added to the game with the weekly rotation, starting with the modes and playlists. And this week they're trying something new, at least in Conquest, because here you can select between Conquest 64, 128 and Redacted 24/7. This is supposed to give you more choice and provide something for everyone, and it's definitely also a result of the increased player count. I personally hope they keep it like this, because it offers a lot more variety, and I also hope they keep Redacted 24/7 until the end of the season, because I'm really enjoying this map. In addition, you can find an infantry-only playlist in Breakthrough that can also be fun to play, because there are no tanks, helis or other combat vehicles included, and Rush has returned and replaces Control this week, but maybe they can also keep both modes here, at least as long as the player count is so high, because both are actually very enjoyable. Over in Portal, Rapid Strike and Tank Superiority were added. Rapid Strike is a 128-player Battlefield 3 Conquest experience with faster bullet speed and higher time to kill, and Tank Superiority is completely focused on ground vehicles and is a good opportunity to level them up and unlock some of their upgrades. On Friday, this mode will be replaced with Payload, a classic game mode in which one team needs to deliver a payload to a target area, while the other team must stop them or even push them back. And there will also be a new Friday Night Battlefield experience, so if you want to unlock the unique Friday Night player card tag, don't forget to check it out and finish at least one match. Over at the item store, there doesn't seem to be a new bundle today, at least there's nothing shown for me. And we also got some new weekly missions, and these are pretty focused on the Recon class this time. So in the first section you need to do 10 kills and assists, deploy Spawn Beacon or Infiltration Device 3 times and hit 3 enemies with EMP or concussion grenades. Kills and assists should be self-explanatory. The Spawn Beacon can be found as class gadget of the Recons, and the Infiltration Device is the specialist gadget of Blasco. So just place it 3 times and this mission is done. And for the EMP and concussion grenades, just play Redacted and throw them towards the enemies at choke points. I would recommend using the EMPs, because these are not intercepted by Iris Shootdown Sentinel. Once the second section is unlocked, you have to spawn 15 times on insertion beacons or have your teammates spawned at your beacon, so look out for this little green symbol and spawn at it, or place your own beacon when you play as Recon. Then you need to do 5 kills and assists while in smoke or to enemies in smoke, and this is also easiest done on Redacted. Just equip the smoke grenades, get in as Pike so you can highlight enemies through the smoke and then kill them. And Pike also comes in handy for the last mission of the section, 15 kills on spotted enemies. Cause whenever you are dealing damage to an enemy with Pike, they get spotted automatically, and when you keep firing and kill them, it counts as kill on spotted enemies. In the third section, you then have to do 15 kills in one round, no matter if done with a weapon, gadget or vehicle, so just choose whatever you prefer. Then disrupt 50 enemies, and when you disrupt vehicles it doubles the mission progression, so you only need to do 25, but I would recommend playing Blasco again on Redacted, cause when you place her device all enemies nearby will be disrupted and you can get this mission done pretty fast. Then you need to revive 100 teammates, and this is easiest done with one of the support specialists, but it will still take a few matches to complete. And for the bonus mission, you need to inflict 300 damage with throwable grenades. And this description sounds a bit strange since you have to throw all of them, but they probably just wanted to make sure that you use the ones from the throwable category and not Sundance's scatter grenades, because these won't count. Again, I can recommend using EMPs here, because they are not intercepted and also deal damage to enemies. Remember that you have to complete the bonus mission within the next 7 days, otherwise it will expire and you won't have a chance to collect the 10 points anymore. The rest of the missions, however, can be done at any time during the season. If you should be struggling with any of these missions, you can also complete them in portal matches against AI if you can manage to host a server. To do this, you can either use one of my codes or create your own experience in the Portal web builder. So just go to portal.battlefield.com, then click at Create, select one of the modes from the Core tab or Team Deathmatch. The other modes of the custom page won't work. Select as many maps as you want to play, and as a last step, go to Modifiers and select PvP AI. Nothing else, only these 3 things, and you should get moderate XP to complete weekly missions and to unlock and level up all of your gear to Mastery 12, if that's also interesting for you. Don't forget to save it and give it a short name and description, then go over to the game again, to Portal, then Host, and here you can select your created experience from the overview. If you want to host a code instead, go to the last tab that says Experience Code and insert it. But no matter what version you use, don't forget to set a password, otherwise you might have other players joining your game as well. And that was it for today, just your weekly overview of what's going on in and around Battlefield 2042 at the moment. And if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to drop a like or a comment below and subscribe to the channel for more content like this. Until then, thanks for watching, and thanks to my members for the additional support. I'm Catwoman, and you are awesome.